Every day I walk through the garden and look at the plants. This is a Chicago fig tree that I've had for about 5 years. This is a really sad looking tomato plant. And I've got some peppers and other tomatoes along this fence line. Everything needs water, but I like to look at everything. This is called a red hot poker. For obvious reasons, it looks like a fire poker. We've got some yarrow, some liriope back there, some Gerber daisy, phlox. There's a calla lily there. This is creeping thyme that's in full bloom. More yarrow. My azalea that is spent for the year, chili man, and my garlic bed, which hopefully in a couple of weeks I will be harvesting all of this. Hey guys, so it's been probably about 3 weeks since I did a video, and it's just been crazy. It's the end of the school year and I have been at graduation parties, and my son has had a lot of school events that has kept me from being at home and cooking as much. So anyway, today I finally have a day to get a meal done, and we are going to be making, it's called white bean stew with sausage. And this is a recipe that I got, gosh, I don't know, probably 20 years ago. I don't even remember. I think I may have gotten it off of TV somewhere. Honestly, it was like somebody was making it. So I don't even know who to give credit to at this point. But what you're going to need is 2 pounds of spinach, garlic, crushed red pepper flakes, tomatoes, a cup of chopped tomatoes, cannellini beans, drained and rinsed, and turkey sausage. But I also am going to be using regular breakfast sausage with this. You can take, if you just, this is really good even if you just leave the sausage out, and it's a wonderful vegan or plant-based meal. As a matter of fact, my mom makes this and she just leaves the turkey sausage out, and it's great. And it's super good served with a really rustic loaf of bread, maybe a loaf of sourdough or something like that. So anyway, this is what we're gonna make. It comes together really fast, so we're just gonna go ahead and get with it, all right? I'm just adding both some turkey sausage and a pound of breakfast sausage to the pan. I'm realizing that this pan is entirely too small, so I'm gonna have to get a bigger pan out. Round 2. Had to get a bigger pan out. That was not going to work. So I guess we're just gonna leave this here and let it, the sausage brown, cook, and we'll come back to it. We'll go ahead and get our spinach ready, our beans ready, and we're just gonna let this do its thing for a few minutes. I'm just gonna open 2 cans of diced tomatoes. One was a fire roasted tomato and the other one was just a diced tomato. That's what I had, and it doesn't really matter. So if you have 2 different types of tomatoes, or just use whatever you have in your cabinet. we could make kind of as a snack or a dessert today is I have been on a search for like a good high protein snack that doesn't kill you with sugar and things like that. And my brother reminded me of a snack we saw on, I don't know, social media, where you take PB Fit and you mix it with applesauce, but then you melt chocolate and dunk them and coat them in chocolate. And I just thought, that's still pretty sugary and caloric, so how can I do it differently to cut down on the sugar a little bit? So I am going to make this. I made a batch to try it out earlier in the week, and I really like them, and I've been kind of snacking on them. It's a nice snack. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do one, and I actually forgot my other. It's 1 1/4 cups, and this is the PB Fit Classic right here. It actually has coconut sugar in it, but I also, again, wanted to cut down on the sugar, so I have PB Fit Pure, which this is nothing more than roasted peanuts. That's it. It has nothing else in it. So I thought, okay. So this is not super sweet at all. As a matter of fact, if you want to add a sweetener in it, you can. But I'm just really trying to like cure a sweet tooth while staying good. So 1 1/4 cups of each of those. And then I forgot my applesauce. It is a cup of unsweetened applesauce. And I know that you should actually use a liquid measure for this, but I've got this one dirty, so we're just gonna. So 1 cup of unsweetened applesauce. Let me get a spatula. And then the other thing that you do is 1/2 cup of chocolate chip mini morsels. And if you do 1/2 cup of the mini morsels with this recipe, you're going to get 24 1-inch protein snack balls. And it evens out to 78 calories per bite. But for this one, and I'll have to figure out what this one, I'm gonna use some dark chocolate. So I'm gonna do about 1/2 cup of that. Just enough to give you a little bit of something for a sweet tooth. This is supposed to be reminiscent, okay? And just loosely reminiscent of a peanut butter cup. It is definitely not as sweet. You could add some maple syrup or coconut sugar to sweeten it up. You could add nuts, but obviously just know that that's going to change your calorie and protein amount per snack ball. And then what I did is after I made these, I put them in the refrigerator and they held up awesome. So you just stir it until it's all combined. And it will be very doughy. But that's what you want. Because you want it to be a dough that will stick together. So you just mix it until it's ready. And then, yeah, that looks good. Okay. And then clean some of this up so that, see what's going on. Let me get a tray really quick. So, don't mind me, I just deal with that later. So this is a little cookie sheet, and this is perfect for this. This will fit 24 of these little dudes. And I use this as a teaspoon cookie scoop, and just scoop them, you know, and you can kind of push them together if you want, but they stay together really well. But this takes the place of dipping them in chocolate so that you have a little bit of something sweet without really like binging. So after dinner, you need a little something sweet, grab one of these, you're on the go, you need a little pick-me-up. These are really tasty. The unsweetened applesauce, again, you could add nuts, you could add cinnamon, you could add any type of chocolate. Just know that I figured the 68, the calorie count, and actually I'm gonna check that again and make sure I'm saying that right, because I have it written down what the calorie count and protein for them is. But it's, you know, a decent little thing. Grab one and move along, you know, when you're in a hurry. And they refrigerate. I did try and put them in the freezer and they got too hard, so I put them back in the refrigerator in just in their little storage dish, and it's perfect. So we're just gonna keep on doing this, and I'll show you guys the protein and calorie count that I got for them. Thing this soup needs is a little sprinkle of Parmesan. And my brother actually showed me this tip. So if you open these big things of cheese from the warehouse stores, they always go bad before you can eat them, or at least here in our house they do. But if you will put them in your freezer, it keeps them. So that's a little tip, and you can thank my brother for that. And the other thing that we need now is a little piece of crusty sourdough. This is not my best loaf, but it's going to be great. And just that chewy bread in there, in that soup. I mean, it's the perfect dinner. It really is. It's healthy, or somewhat healthy. Maybe the sausage isn't the best, but with the turkey sausage, if you do all turkey sausage, it's great. I did double this recipe, so I hope you guys enjoy it. So happy.